Championship. I'm Darren Kelly, being joined by Aidan Dunn, and we're here for live commentary of Cork against Dublin. It's a few years now since Cork lifted the O'Duffy Cup in Croke Park. Can they get back to the top table? But what about Dublin? After a disappointing 2020, they survived relegation in the league, and now they're determined to stamp their imprint on the championship. Aidan Dunn joins me in the commentary box today. Aidan, first let's talk about Dublin. A big opportunity for them as well to be up against it. Cork will be raging hot favourites, but Dublin, I suppose, the primary target is to compete first and foremost.
Exactly, and it's a daunting task coming down here on a day like today, especially off the back of a relegation playoff. So they'll have a lot to prove. They're going to want to prove themselves, and they're going to want to show Cork why they need to be feared here today.
One thing about Dublin the last couple of years was lots of changes of management. Now Adrian O'Sullivan has come in this year in a 3-year term. He's enjoyed success wherever he's gone, especially with UL in the Ashbourne Cup. Is he the ideal person now for Dublin to really establish themselves? Because not that long ago they were in All-Ireland semi-final.
I think it is, but I think the thing with any management coming in now is it is a bit of, start from the beginning, and you're trying to get the dynamics working and kind of figure out each player, and they're trying to figure out him. So it's all a learning process, and games like these, especially in the Championship, you're going to want to establish yourself and figure it out going forward. So I think he is a really good option for them.
It's 3 years, I mentioned in the intro, since Cork were All-Ireland champions. They always seem to electrify when they're coming in against one of these teams. Just falling short against the Galway or Kilkenny the last couple of years. There's needless to say, Cork's one objective this year is to be in Croke Park in September.
Absolutely, they're going to want to prove themselves big time here today, especially not making the league final as well this year. I think that they're coming in with a lot of hurt and a lot of scars, especially because, as you said, they haven't been in the All-Ireland final the last few years. So they're from the get-go here today, they're going to want to prove something, especially they know they're at home, they're comfortable, they know that Dublin are off the relegation, so they know there's going to be maybe a little bit of fear there. Maybe not fear, but there will be nerves there, so they'll probably use that to their advantage.
There's been well profiled that Pamela Mackey and Gemma O'Connor are not here this year. Pamela a year out, Gemma of course retiring as well. But I suppose based on their 2020 team, it's very established Cork as well. So there's lots of leaders out in the field.
Oh, there's always leaders on a Cork team. I think that's fair to say. And I mean, here today we've 3 All-Stars from 2020 alone. They're a massively experienced team. We do have a young Dublin team, but I think with any Cork team, Camogie especially, there's always experience there somewhere. No matter, you'll have players coming in and out, but I think the experience stands to them all the time. They always have people to come off the bench or to replace, or they are very strong from the get-go. Of
course, the conditions here, as you can see on camera, ideal. It's Summer Championship Camogie. Where else would we want to be? We were both joking beforehand, it was long drives for the two of us, but it's worth it to be here in Páirc Uí Rinn.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. We have the sun cream on, we're ready to go, there's not a bother, no sunburn allowed. We'll be grand. It's the perfect day for Championship. We couldn't ask for better conditions here today. I know the players will be happy with the water breaks today. There won't be any complaints on that aspect, but it's absolutely perfect here today.
And finally, before we wrap up, of course, water breaks, we could have more than just a standard 2 over the course of the hour as well. Let's just quickly, yesterday Waterford beating Down, Wexford beating Limerick. The Championship is up and running.
The Championship is up and running, and what a better weekend, as we're saying. The weather yesterday as well was the same. It was 2 brilliant games yesterday. Hopefully we'll have the same here today.
We certainly hope we will as well. Well, Galway and Kilkenny were both victors yesterday. Cork is the other member of the Big Three. Can they show their championship credentials today, or do Dublin have an ace up their pack? And can Adrian O'Sullivan bring his good form as management into this Dublin team? We join us for the live commentary of the game, Cork against Dublin, the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship opening round game. But beforehand, let's hear from the two managers. Delighted to be joined now by the Dublin Senior Camogie manager Adrian O'Sullivan. And Adrian, you've said it in previous interviews before, this is where you want to be. It's these 3 weekends it's all about for Dublin.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose maybe the viewers watching in, it's hard to describe exactly how hot it is here today, but I suppose these are days you get involved for, I suppose coming up the road from Limerick this morning, it's definitely has a Munster Championship feel to it, it's scorching hot days down in Cork. That's what we grew up with, so there's definitely that kind of excitement in the stomach alright today now. But yeah, look, we haven't focused overly much on this one-off game. I think Lauren Guilfoyle said it on the stream for the Waterford Down game yesterday. The teams will be treating it as one game out of a collective of games, and that's how we're approaching it. We're in tournament mode now. We have 3 games in 13 days, and look, whatever happens here today isn't going to dictate the outcome of the group. I think it's going to be a very tight group, so just get a performance in today, see what the outcome is, and then move on again 6 days time down to Waterford.
And even touching on that point as well, Adrian, I know an ideal day is go home with a victory against Cork and really set the championship alive, but as you said there as well, with Waterford and Down, what you would have seen yesterday, that's probably the target the next 2 games, and it's important to come out with something positive.
Well, we're 45 minutes from playing Cork here now, so the focus is very much on Cork, Darren, to be honest with you. Look, we're here to win. There's no two ways about it. It's senior championship, and look, if we weren't here to win, there'd be no point coming. So we'll deal with what's coming in front of us now for the next hour and a half, and then we've time enough to wake up tomorrow then and chat about going facing Waterford then.
Lots of changes. 8 changes from the team, the Dublin team that played against Clare last year as well. Now I know a couple of them are enforced as well, but an opportunity for a lot of players.
Yeah, that's it, I suppose. Look, these kind of transitions always happen when you have a new management. I think everybody sees players differently and everybody tries to set up a bit differently. So, look, we got a huge response from the players, as saying just to Donny Brown there before the game. Like, we've only had 11 weeks with him. And it might seem like an awful long time, but like in my past experience with Westmeath and Kildare and stuff in the hurling, you'd have 8 or 9 weeks before the league starts, and so like we're still very much getting to know them. So you'll probably see a lot of different lineouts through the championship. Even we're still kind of getting a feel for the players. But yeah, look, we're very happy with the mix that we have. We got a few of the more experienced players back, and we've some really good young talent coming through. So I think we've 4 under-20s starting today in the forwards, so it's probably the next generation of Dublin that you're seeing here today, with a few of the old reliable heads guiding them along the way, hopefully. Yeah.
And finally, Adrian, before I let you go, the buzz in the camp as well, no doubt improved after the relegation final victory against Waterford. Yeah,
look, it definitely did. I suppose we've been working very hard with Ray Boyne to define what a performance is, and like we've been hitting our numbers along the way and just not quite getting over the line with regards to the outcome. So we've been very much trying to get the players to focus on the process instead of the outcome. And look, just the outcome wasn't coming for us, and it probably should have come against Offaly and it probably should have come against Clare maybe as well. But the fact that it did come against Waterford has definitely, I suppose, given the players confidence in what we're doing. There's a bit of buy-in there from them, but is that win relevant to what we're going to face in the next 13 days? No, I suppose like we referenced Antrim hurlers, beating Clare in the league, and now they're relegated down to the Joe McDonagh, and Clare are sitting inside in our Ireland quarter final. So it's league is league, so we'll find out a lot about ourselves here now in the next 13 days.
And championship is championship, Adrian. Best of luck.
All right, thanks, Darren.
Delighted to be joined by the Cork senior camogie manager Paddy Murray. And Paddy, exactly where we want to be, championship opening round here in Páirc Uí Rinn.
Yeah, and the sun is shining. It's going to be very, very hot, so probably a bit of a concern, but I suppose looking forward to it.
Preparing for the weather like this, because it's come very thick and fast as well. And I suppose this year in particular, players have been conditioned to the weather as much as they would be in other years.
No, but sure, look, it's the same for Dublin as what it is for us, so it's just a case of getting used to it and, I suppose drinking plenty of water, and that's it.
And exactly as you mentioned there, Dublin are the target opening day of the championship as well. You'd be probably raging hot favourites, but this is a Dublin team with a strong management that'll be determined to make an impression.
Yeah, look, first of all, they've got a good backroom team there, so we expect a stiff challenge. We're obviously looking to win the game. And I suppose work on the things that we've been working on for the last 2 months, and I think that's the important thing, that if we see development there, we're happy.
How's the mood in the camp?
Look, we're looking forward to it. I suppose, look, we've 3 big games in front of us, and it's important that we win every one of those.
Exactly, as well after the Munster Championship campaign as well. Great to shake off the league as well, and you'll come into this with full confidence.
Yeah, look, again, yeah, absolutely, and we need to get a win. We're very, very determined to get a win today, and I suppose to just move on to next week.
Paulie, very best luck.
Thanks a million.
That was the Cork camogie manager Paddy Murray, and beforehand the Dublin camogie boss Adrian O'Sullivan. As mentioned, we are here in Páirc Uí Rinn, the opening weekend of the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship, Cork against Dublin. I'm Darren Kelly, joined by Aidan Dunn. And Aidan, since then we've got one change from the Cork team that was announced. We'll run through it all in a minute. Orla Cronin does not start. Saoirse McCarthy is back in the team, and a bit of shuffling with the Cork side.
Yeah, a little bit of shuffling. So as you said, Orla Cronin, we think it might be an injury that she's carrying at the moment. Saoirse McCarthy's in for her, and she'll drop back to the half-back line for Hannah Looney, and then Hannah Looney will push up. So it's a bit different than we expected. So
this is the Cork team on your screen at the moment. We'll give you those positional changes that we've been told about. Amy Lee in goal. Full back line of 2, Ellen Murphy. 3 is Libby Coppinger, and 4 is Maeve Cahalane. In the half-back line, you can see 21 Saoirse McCarthy. She drops back to the right wing back. Laura Tracy's at 6, and Laura Hayes at 7. Hannah Looney moves to midfield wearing number 5, partner partnering Aisling Thompson at 9. The half-forward line now sees Chloe Sigerson at 10. Katrina Mackey wearing 8 goes to centre forward, though she could move around. And young Ciara O'Sullivan at number 12. And the inside line, Fiona Keating 13, Amy O'Connor 14, and the captain Linda Collins at 15. And 18, plenty of leaders in that Cork team.
Plenty of leaders in the Cork team, and as I was saying earlier on, there's always experience with these Cork teams. As I was saying, there's 3 All-Stars, well, minus we've Orla Cronin off obviously, but starting, and there's always experience, and just they're just a very strong, experienced team in comparison to the Dublin team. We're a little younger and they'll feel they have a lot to prove, so it's a bit daunting for Dublin today, but they'll be well up for it.
As Adrian said, 4 under 20s in the starting team. We're going to have a look at the Dublin side now in just a moment. 8 changes from the side that were beaten by Clare in last year's championship. In goal number 1 is Ciara Tierney. The full back line 2, Orla Gray. 3 is Eve O'Brien, and 4 is Mirren Kelleher. The half back line were number 5, Aisling Carolan. Centre back number 6 is Gráinne Quinn, and the captain number 7, Hannah Hegarty. In midfield were number 8 is Emma Flanagan. Partner by number 9, Roisin Baker. Half forward line 10, Aisling Maher. 11, Jodie Couch. 12, Aoife Whelan. Inside line, top of the right, number 13, Cliona Nicoletti. Full forward number 14 is Kerry Finnegan, and top of the left were number 15, Aoife Walsh. 18, especially with that inside line, a lot of inexperience as you mentioned there as well. Big challenge for themselves, but a chance to impress.
It's their chance to impress. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a task, but it's, as you said, it's their chance to step up now and impress everybody. And as we were talking about earlier, the new management, so they're all still finding their feet and figuring out everything as they go.
Aileen, we're just getting some late changes in here as well, and I'll just note them here on the Dublin team that we weren't given. Number 27, Niamh Gannon starts instead of 15, Aoife Walsh. 18 is Ali Toomey, and she's into the team replacing number 13, Cliona Nicoletti. And also coming into the side is number 22, Emma O'Byrne, replacing number 5, Aisling Carolan. These are very late changes. We had checked with the Dublin management beforehand. We were told there was none. Niamh Gannon and Ali Toomey, 2 big names for Dublin. 2
massive names, and that's the nature of GAA. Everything's changing by the minute, but Ali Toomey will be a massive boost now for Dublin to have her come in there.
So both teams are warming up. It's a very hot day, as we mentioned in the intro, here in Páirc Uí Rinn. Interesting to see how it affects both teams. And I suppose, Aileen, like for Dublin in particular as well, like they're expecting the pace of this game to be much more than what they're used to. Yes, they play Kilkenny in the league. Yes, they give Kilkenny a match as well. But they have to deal with the conditions as well as Cork.
Yeah, I mean, the conditions are one thing, but also league and championship are 2 completely different ball games. So, league is a lot different this year. Dublin will have had time after the relegation playoff to reset and kind of figure out what went wrong and to right their wrongs here today. And the same with Cork, as I said earlier. Hurt coming in here now. They want to be back in the All-Ireland final, especially after not making the league final again this year as well. So, both teams are. They're both going to be up for it, and they're both going to take every chance they get, and hopefully we'll have a good game again today.
The referee is Kevin O'Brien from Limerick, and both teams just getting themselves into their final huddles now before the throw-in too. Just touching up on that point, Aidan, you were saying before the national anthem as well for Cork, especially losing that league semi-final to Galway after extra time, the way they lost last year's All-Ireland semi-final to Kilkenny. For Paddy Murray and his team, it's just like now or never now for this Cork side. Do they have to bounce back and make sure they're in Croke Park at the very least?
Oh, absolutely. That's what they're here to do today. They're going to go all guns blazing because they want to prove themselves, and they want to, as I said, right their wrongs from they're going to be hurting from after the league, and they're going to want to spot in the All-Ireland final again this year, because that's, they're a strong team. They feel that they should be there. They should have been there the last 2 years. So it's all guns blazing here today.
All guns blazing, and blazing is the perfect way to sum up to with the weather as well. Everybody is standing up now for a Raw Naveen, and then we'll have the opening round of the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. That was Arán Aveen. These two counties have shared 54 All-Ireland titles. They've met in 9 All-Ireland finals, but you have to go back to the 1983 for the last time that those two sides clashed. Cork victorious on that day. Dublin haven't won the O'Duffy Cup since 1984, but they were in the All-Ireland semi-final just 4 years ago in 2017, their first appearance in the Final Four since 1990. They'll fancy their chances of competing to get on with the group. Waterford beat down by 16 points to 15 yesterday, but first, as Adrian O'Sullivan mentioned earlier on, the challenge. Can they put it up to a Cork team that have big ambitions on mind? But of course they can't get to All-Ireland quarter-finals, semis or finals unless they come out with the group, and that involves getting 3 points in this game. Dublin having one more huddle before we get ready to throw in. Cork will attack the goal to the left. Adrian, I won't ask you for any predictions, but I suppose I'll ask you, can Dublin give this Cork team a match?
I don't see why they wouldn't. As I said, they're here to prove a point, and they're going to show why teams need to fear them in the championship, and it is championship, so everybody comes out their best and wants to play their best, so I think it could be another good game.
We're looking forward to a good game. We hope you enjoy our coverage here, brought to you by Entry for the Camogie Association on their YouTube channel. Offaly are also playing Tipperary in the Senior Camogie Championship. We'll keep an eye on that. That doesn't throw in until 2:30 in Banagher. We'll keep an eye on scores on that game during the second half. Looking around there, and Aidan will have a double check in those positional changes with Cork. Of course, with the 3 late additions to the Dublin team as well, there'll be a few changes in positions for them as well. But it's all about the referee. You can hear some supporters here. You can hear the opposing camps. Dublin are this side of the field. I'm looking for the Cork subs. I don't quite see them at the moment, but the spectators here as well, and they're enjoying the great day. I was talking to Maher Nishgali, who came all the way down from Dublin by train and then by bus to get within 5 minutes of Porky Wren, enjoying the day out and hoping it could be a good day for Dublin. Will it be Dublin? Will it be Cork? We're about to find out. The referee is ready to throw the ball in. The ball is in. The game is on. Cork attack the goal to the left. Hannah Looney in the middle of the park in a scramble for possession in the early stages as Dublin try and win the first ball, and they have the first ball, and it's sent down the right flank. The ball sent down there by their number 12, who's Aoife Whelan, in towards the inside line. But Cork win possession back. Laura Hayes with the ball for them, gives it to Libby Cobbinger wearing the number 3 jersey this year, and back to Laura Hayes, and Laura gets past the 45-metre line, takes the challenge, continues to move, had the advantage, and it's going to be a free out for Cork, and it'll be an opportunity for Laura Hayes to start a Cork attack inside the 65-metre line. And Nadine, as we mentioned, plenty of moving around with Dublin there.
Plenty moving around, and as you can see from the throw-in, they're fairly much up for it. The atmosphere is good, and as we were saying, it's great to have the fans back, so the atmosphere, the players are well up for it, so it'll be an interesting match.
Laura Hayes sends it down towards the attack, won by Linda Collins, gives the pass off to number 10 is Chloe Sigerson, and Chloe Sigerson goes to the post, puts the ball to the right and wide. The first shot off the game for Cork is for Chloe Sigerson. No score in the match. We've just over a minute played. The Dublin goalkeeper representing the FINA is Ciara Tierney, and Ciara Tierney's a great drive in the ball. She set up Ashley Maher for a goal in the relegation semi-final against Clare in the league, but Chloe Sigerson in the red helmet has the ball for Cork, sending it down in the direction of Amy O'Connor. Always good for a couple of early goals for Cork. Not to be on this occasion as Ciara Tierney sends the ball out again, but Dublin just need to settle down at the moment as Hannah Looney plays midfield for the footballers, play midfield for the Camogie, goes in the run out in the right hand side. There's a player inside for Hannah Looney. That's Katrina Mackey. If she sees the pass, she might go herself. Hannah Looney goes to the shot, gives it to Katrina Mackey, shot, a goal! A goal for Cork. 90 seconds into the game, Katrina Mackey puts the ball in the back of the net. Hannah Looney with the move, and Nadine, Cork do exactly what Dublin did not want them to do, get an early goal.
Exactly, that will absolutely suit Cork down to the ground. That's a super start for Cork in true Mackey fashion, and it will help Cork settle a little bit more. It might shuffle Dublin a little bit, but we'll see.
I think Dublin, I suppose, need to settle down too. They give the ball away from the puck out on that occasion, so it's Cork 1 goal, Dublin no score. Number 11 for Dublin is Jodie Couch, one of the new players into the team. Indeed, it's 6 changes now from the Dublin side compared to the 8 we mentioned earlier on. 2 of those players coming back in, Niamh Gannon and Ali Toomey, did play that All-Ireland group stage match against Clare in 2020. Laura Hayes drives the ball down towards the left corner. Cork on the attack again as Amy O'Connor tries to find a way through. She gets away from Muireann Kelleher. Amy O'Connor's on the move, a chance ever Cork for another shot. Amy decides to go high, puts the ball over the bar. 2.5 minutes into the game, and it's 1-1 to no score to Cork. And I thought Amy O'Connor might go for goal there.
Yeah, she could. I'd say if she had taken a couple more steps, but look, a point is better than nothing, and it also helped them settle again. You know, they're 4 points clear now at the moment. Dublin there's a few little teething errors just kind of starting off and finding their feet, but in the next few minutes, hopefully they'll settle a bit.
Cork 1-1, Dublin no score, and Dublin just need to get their hands on the ball, and Aoife Whelan in the white helmet does have it at the moment, but Cork applying the pressure. Cork are playing this match like they're playing a Galway or a Kilkenny. Back to Hannah Looney, and Hannah Looney with the pass to Aisling Thompson, who no doubt will dictate Maher's around the middle of the field again, sending it straight in. That time the pass is overhit, it'll go harmlessly to the left and wide. The referee was happy that that tangle between two players was no foul. The second wide of the game for Cork, and it remains Cork 1-1, Dublin no score, and Ciara Tierney is going to take the puck out again, and she needs to find players in blue in these early stages. Goes for the short puck out to Orla Gray. Orla Gray, who competed in the Phoenix Finest in the bake-off competition, did very well in that. She wins the free in this occasion, wanted to take the quick one. Chloe Sigerson batting it down there, so Dublin probably a bit of frustration, need to just keep it down. Aideen as well, like it's a bad start, it's not the start they wanted, but of course there's a lot of camogie to be played yet.
It's a poor start for Dublin. They would feel it's a poor start for them, but at the same time there is a lot of time left. They can redeem themselves here. I think if they get too frustrated too soon, they'll just be shooting themselves in the foot. So if they can just settle it down, get a score on the board, maybe in this play, and just find their feet.
Just get the opening score of Dublin. That would get them into the contest as well. Orla Gray with a long ball down towards opposing territory, but Cork batted out again through Maeve Cahalane outside the 45-metre line. Dublin have possession as Aoife Whelan tries to give the pass off, finds a teammate, and Dublin moving in towards the corner again, and this is an opportunity now for the number 27. The number 27 is Niamh Gannon, representing St. Jude's, who won the county championship in Dublin last year. Out to the 45-metre line, Emma Flanagan, who got that winning point against Waterford, moves towards the 20-metre line. The Cork defence, look at the numbers there. Great coordination from the players in red, and Laura Hayes has the ball, but she tried to bring it out. Dublin not giving up, and this is great to see on a Dublin viewpoint. Battling for the ball with the Cork half-back line, but Laura Hayes still in the middle, showing her a bit of experience there. It's back out for Dublin again, and number 10 is Aisling Maher, the leader of the Dublin attack. She got 5 points in that game against Clare last year. Dropping in a chance for a goal. Oh, the touch there. Great save from the goalkeeper, Amy Lee. It was Kerry Finnegan that got the touch, and the referee has blown the whistle. I think it's coming back for a free, but that's exactly Aideen what Dublin needed to threaten Cork, and they were very, very unlucky not to get a green flag.
That's exactly what they need. They're after that last play now showed a bit more confidence in the Dublin side, so hopefully from here, if she puts this over the bar, they'll just kick on from there.
So Aisling Maher is going to take the free for Dublin. So hold up and play. Is there something, a blood sub might be coming on? Is Hannah Looney going off the field? I think Hannah Looney is going off the field for a moment, so for a bit of treatment. So there'll be a change for Cork. I see number 21 on the field of play. Well, that's Saoirse McCarthy, who started the match, of course. We'll double check if there's any addition onto the Cork team in the moment. We will watch the free for Aisling Maher, the Dublin number 10, an all-star back in 2017, getting ready to take this. Can she get Dublin off the mark in this All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship game? It looks good. The umpire is going for the white flag. The ball goes over the bar 6 minutes into the game. Dublin get their first score. It's Dublin a point, Cork 1-1.
That's exactly what Dublin needed there. Settle their nerves, and from here, as I said, the confidence is kind of rising each play here, so should be an interesting first half.
Long drive out from Amy Lee, was trying to find Linda Collins, but Dublin have possession back again as Emma O'Byrne moves up the field, sends one in towards enemy territory, but the challenge was committed beforehand, so it's going to be a free for Dublin, and Aisling Maher might come out to take this from the middle of the park and attempt to get one from long range. So exactly halfway out the field, 6.5 minutes gone. Cork 1-1, Dublin a point. And Dublin have replied after the poor start. Now can they just get a couple of scores, reduce the margin, and get themselves right back into this game? Aisling Maher getting ready. Páirc Uí Rinn shows their respect to the free taker from the capital. Aisling Maher with the free outside the 65-metre line, sending it in towards now. Cork need to be very, very careful here. Ball bouncing away. No, Laura Hayes gotten a touch on it, but Dublin tried to get a chance from Niamh Gannon, not to be, and I think it's Libby Coppinger that wins the ball back for Cork, gives it out towards Laura Hayes, and Cork cleared on this occasion, but Dublin are not panicking. They're starting to settle into the game. They're on the move again through Roisin Baker, a former captain of Dublin, gives the pass out to number 18, Ali Toomey. Ali Toomey goes in the post and puts the ball over the bar. Dublin 2 scores in a row at 7.5 minutes gone. It's 2 points to 1-1.
It's a great introduction for Ali Toomey after coming in as well. So only 2 points in at Dublin. They really are. They're turning around from the first 5 minutes that they played. So the confidence is on the rise.
The rise again, 2 in a row for Dublin. Can they get the third? As number 12, Aoife Whelan, tries to make a move down the left flank. Straight away, 2 Cork players in to challenge, but she manages to load off to Roisin Baker, who'll send it in towards the attack again, looking for Aisling Maher. Aisling Maher using her experience to bat the ball down. Opportunity for Ali Toomey to send it towards the post, but into the hands of Amy Lee. 5 years the understudy to Aoife Murray, but looked very well much at home in last year's All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship, representing Cork at senior level. Cork have the ball inside their own 45-metre line. Just over 8 minutes gone, and it's Hannah Looney back in the field, back in the action, sent it down the direction of Linda Collins. Linda Collins trying to get away from Eve O'Brien, and Linda Collins goes in the move. Plenty of options for Cork as she wants to use them. She might try to go herself. Good defending from Dublin to make it difficult, but Amy O'Connor has the ball, being forced backwards. This is an opportunity for Ciara O'Sullivan, young Ciara O'Sullivan, to go for the post, and that ball goes to the left and wide. 3 wides for Cork. Ciara O'Sullivan, not the famous Cork football captain, but the 19-year-old who was broken in to the Camogie ranks, scored 2-1 in the recent successful Munster Camogie Championship campaign against Tipperary and Limerick. Her first shot at the post, but a great young talent for Cork.
A great young talent, and it's brilliant. As you said, she's 19 years old. It's great to see a player of that age to have the confidence to step up and take those shots.
So Ciara Tierney now just taking her time with the puck outs, not panicking this time, trying to find a player, find a teammate the far side of the field, and Dublin will try and move the ball out in those red orangey boots. As the number 4 Muireann Kelleher sends it down the field again as Aoife Whelan tries to move the action forward. Again, Cork getting players back, and look at number 13, Fiona Keating, back there battling for the ball for Cork, wins the ball, and suddenly 2 passes later, Hannah Looney's on a move again. Last time she was on a move, they got a goal. Hannah Looney continues, gives it to Linda Collins. Linda Collins will go for the post. Linda Collins, Ciara Tierney bats the crossbar, the ball goes over the bar. Cork are back on target. Linda Collins with the point. It's 1-2 to 2 points.
Super point from Linda Collins. And the thing is here, Cork are materialising on their opportunities, whereas Dublin, their ideas of making choices and stuff like that, they're not materialising and they're not finishing their opportunities, whereas that's the difference here with Cork. They are finishing.
Dublin, I suppose, is trying to get their puck-out strategy going a bit more smoothly than it is at the moment as well. It hasn't quite materialised for them yet, but they've responded. They're in the contest. Just the goal between them. That goal that was scored by Katrina Mackey after 2 minutes gives Cork a 1-2 to 2 point advantage. Speaking of Katrina Mackey, she goes for a post here, goes to the point, puts the ball over the bar. Katrina Mackey has done well in midfield, but she loves playing the attack.
She loves playing the attack, and it suits her perfectly, as you can see there. That's exactly what her team needs now, is her to step up and put the ball over the bar.
1-3 to Cork, 2 points to Dublin. We have played just over 10 minutes of this opening game in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. And just speaking about Cork, best of luck to both the Cork and Kilkenny under-16 Camogie teams who play in the All-Ireland final later on. That's in Brennan's Park Burr at 4:30. A game that will be live streamed on the Camogie Association YouTube channel in association with Entry. A challenge on Fiona Keating there. You could hear a Cork supporter give his view on the situation. So there's going to be a free for Cork. The referee looking for a Dublin player to have a chat with. This could be the first yellow card in the game. Aideen, what did you make of that?
Yeah, I think maybe she thought it was her only option or something. She didn't want to let Aisling Thompson by too easily there. May have gone against her, but they'll play on.
Emma Flanagan is the player that receives the yellow card. Cork have a free of their own 65-metre line. And Dublin now will not want to let Cork build up. Head of steam now with their 2 points in a row. The free taker here looks like it's Chloe Sigerson that's going to take this. Chloe Sigerson, an all-star, one of the all-stars that Aideen mentioned. What a year she had in 2020. The ball travels, it looks good, it goes over the bar, and that's exactly why she is an all-star player. Hit frees from that from her own 65-metre line. It's 1-4 to 2 points.
Super score, as you said, that's exactly why she has an all-star, a leader on her team, and that's exactly what they need at the minute.
5 points between the teams again as Dublin now just need to get themselves back in the game. I was talking about Cork against Kilkenny. Don't forget Meath play Offaly in the under-16 B Camogie final. That's at 4:30 later on. We'll also be streaming that too, but here our focus is on Cork and Dublin on the move to Emma Flanagan, gives it to Ali Toomey. Ali Toomey turns inside, finds a teammate. The referee blows the whistle. I don't think he was happy with any advantage was accruing, so it's going to be a free for Dublin. Jodie Couch who had the ball in her hands, and they're waiting. Will it be Aisling Maher to come out to take it? So it's just been brought back a bit further, so was the previous foul. But it'll be a free for Dublin. And again, just to get a score, keep themselves going, keep themselves in the match. That's exactly what Adrian O'Sullivan will be wanting from his team in this game. And if they can get a break like the goal scoring opportunity that came for Kerry Finnegan, well, then anything is possible. With big results on the Saturday of this weekend, Waterford beaten down 16 points to 15. That's in this group. Wexford, a late goal from Chloe Fox, giving them a win over Limerick. Ashley Maher takes the free, puts the ball over the bar. That's exactly, Adrian, what Dublin need to be doing. Keep the scoreboard ticking over. It's 3 points to 1-4.
Yeah, the frees are really working in their favour here. I think that's what's going to keep them chipping away for a little while. But it's a camogie game. A goal could easily shake this whole thing up. So it's just whether Dublin can materialise on that or not. We'll wait and see.
I get the feeling there will be another goal in this game, probably before half time, but who will it be for red? Will it be for blue? It could be an opportunity for Cork here. The pass just slightly overhit again. Katrina Mackey hasn't given up the race to get the ball, and she does well. Gives it back to Chloe Sigerson. Dublin have the defenders back. Unfortunately for them, they had to commit the foul, and this will be a scoring opportunity for Cork, and you would assume another score in this game to restore their 5-point cushion. The foul committed by Grania Quinn. I don't think she had any choice in the matter, and now it's a free in for Cork. Katrina Mackey looks like she is going to take this one. So Katrina Mackey taking the near ones, Chloe Sigerson taking the far ones, and Katrina Mackey just to the left of the posts outside the 20-metre line. She played her camogie at Ashburn level for UCC, multi-time All-Star along with her twin sister Pamela, who's sitting out this year, Gemma O'Connor as well, who has retired from the Cork setup. Katrina Mackey gets ready to take the free. 14 minutes gone in Porky Rin. The free goes over the bar as expected. 5 points between them again. It's 1-5 to 3 points.
5 points between them. I mean, it's still not a lot, but at the moment Cork are a bit more in control. So I think Dublin need a little bit more time just to wake up a little bit more and capitalise on their opportunities.
Cork were crowned Munster Minor A Camogie champions during the week. They beat Limerick by 219 to 7 points. Their second provincial title this year. The long ball for Dublin down the far side of the field finds Jodie Couch. Dublin attacking the goal to the right, and Jodie turns inside, looks for a teammate, finds the teammate, and Dublin are on the move again. A scoring opportunity for Dublin, going to land down in the danger area, and Cork have to be very, very careful. Amy Lee was careful, gets the ball away from Kerry Finnegan, who's already threatened her, sends it out towards Saoirse McCarthy, and Saoirse McCarthy battling for the ball, takes it into hand, turns around, finds Hannah Looney, and Hannah Looney will pass it towards the new centre back for Cork, Laura Tracy. Laura Tracy, a leader of the Cork defence, has played full back, is now centre back and sent along towards Chloe Sigerson. Chloe Sigerson inside the 45-metre line, goes to the post. Chloe Sigerson, that ball goes to the left and wide. The fourth wide of the game for Cork, AD. None for Dublin so far. I think the referee has called for the water break. Your thoughts of the opening quarter?
I think it was a bit of a slow start for Dublin, but I do think they are finding their feet, and hopefully now in this second quarter they'll be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more settled. As you said, was it 4 wides for Dublin? Or for Cork, should I say? So far, that last one, I'd say there was very little in it. A lot of them are very unlucky wides. But it's a good game so far, and I'm sure it can only get better from here. I don't think the players will have any complaints about a water break with the heat out there today, so they'll be taking this opportunity and enjoying these few seconds off.
There was 3 water breaks in Kenny Park yesterday for the game between Galway and Westmeath. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we get 3 as this game goes on. But let's talk about Dublin seeing the right in front of us at the moment. I'd say it's safe to say there was nerves and struggling to settle. It cost them 1-1 at the start of the game. But outside that 1-1, they're only a point behind Cork in the exchanges so far. Yes, Cork have had those missed chances as well. What would Adrian O'Sullivan be saying to them now?
I think he'd be happy enough. Like, I mean, they've still scored 3 points. They have been unlucky. They haven't materialised in everything. They've the right idea, but the Cork backs, props has to go to them. They have dismantled quite a lot of attacks there. I think he'll be telling his team to push on. They're still very much in it. And just to kind of take these few seconds to just reset, have a breather, and just get ready to go again, and almost maybe start fresh in this quarter and just go for it.
Paddy Murray is known for the hairdryer treatment. It's a bit too early to suggest he might be giving that to Cork, because regardless of what they say in interviews, Cork are considered one of the big 3. They want to win this game with the minimum of fuss, get the job done, and well, look, that could still happen yet. They've missed a few chances. They still lead by 5 points. Will he be happy or not?
He'll be happy. They're ahead, so I mean, he'll have to be happy in that sense, but I don't, Cork wouldn't be happy with having 4 wides. These they'd want to be 4 points more than they are at the moment. So I think he'd probably be maybe focusing on what they could improve on a little bit, maybe more than what's going well so far, because they are going well so far. There's no point in saying they're not. But as you said, Cork, if they want to come out here today and they don't want to just get by, they want to tip on.
They want to get the job done. It's Cork's sixth competitive match of 2021 to beat Tipperary and Waterford in the league group stages before going down to Galway after extra time in the semi-final. And as we mentioned earlier on, to beat Tipperary and Limerick on their way to Munster title success. Two strong performances as well, though Tipperary did ask them a few questions in the semi-final that was also played here as well. So both teams are back out on the field to play for the second period of action. The official stadium clock has stopped on 15:33. There's another 14 and a half minutes at least of action in the first half, and the referee just waiting to make sure that everybody is in position. Just as we go through that, here's an interesting one for you. We talked about the tradition of both Cork and Dublin at the start. Well, this weekend, 117 years ago, the first ever game of camogie played in public took place in the Royal Mead Agricultural Society, which is now Port Talton and Navan, between two Dublin teams, Keatings and Cucullins. Dublin a driving force of the game in the early stages of camogie, as have Cork, and it's great to see the red and the blue up against each other in this match. To play as we started, and Laura Tracy sends the ball down towards the Dublin 65-metre line. It's the other number 6, Grania Quinn, that wins it for Dublin, and she'll send it back down the field, as Dublin will definitely want to get the first score after the restart. And Ali Toomey, a player experienced and qualified enough to do that, and she's experienced and qualified enough to win a free, and it's a free for Aisling Maher, who studies medicine chemistry, who's going to take this free about 40 yards out to the right, and this is a chance to bring it back to a 4-point ball game. That's what Dublin will be looking to continue. So Aisling Maher getting ready to take the free. She's already scored 2 points in this match. This will be her third if it goes over the bar. 19 minutes gone. Barely a drop of wind here. Sun scorching the rocks. Aisling Maher goes for the free. It carries, it goes over the bar. First score of the restart. It comes to Dublin. It's 4 points to 1-5.
Yeah, I mean, you would have expected that to go straight over just like she did. I mean, they're very heavily reliant on their frees at the moment, but Annie scores a score. They're still in it, they're still going, and they're on the attack again, so it's going good.
Aisling Maher's on the run again at the 45-metre line. She has Jodie Couch to her left if she wants to use her, but Aisling's going to go herself, and Aisling Thompson, as she's done for years, comes in with a little touch, and Chloe Sigerson is there to pick the ball up, and Cork have it again, and Cork are moving down the field through Laura Hayes, and Laura Hayes driving a long ball down towards the attack. Was there a slight push? I think there was on Amy O'Connor, and it's going to be a free for Cork on the 45-metre line, and this will be an opportunity for Katrina Mackey to restore Cork's 5-point advantage. Cork leading by 1-5 to 4 points, and Katrina Mackey taking her time to come over to retrieve the ball, and another scoring opportunity awaits. And Dublin just need to be careful of those little frees that they're giving away in defence. It's a very, very rampant Cork attack when they get going. Very difficult to deal with. So Katrina Mackey gets ready to take this. She scored 2 points in last year's All-Ireland semi-final defeat to Kilkenny, 210 to 111 on that occasion. Aisling Thompson, her midfield partner on the day, also getting 2 points. Orla Cronin, who's missing today, got 3 that day. Chloe Sigerson with 4. Gemma O'Connor with the goal. Katrina Mackey takes the free, drops into the hands, and Dublin have the ball and will bring it out to their goalkeeper, Ciara Tierney. And Ciara Tierney out the far side of the field towards Emma O'Byrne, who has the ball inside her own 45-metre line and goes for the move again. It's going to be a bit of end-to-end. Well, Saoirse McCarthy, we just assumed she was going to catch that ball, but Hannah Looney is there to mop up, couldn't get control of the slitter, and the lines person has indicated that it is a Cork ball, so it's going to be Hannah Looney, who's had a busy weekend, of course, playing against Tipperary yesterday in the All-Ireland Senior Ladies Football Championship. Big win for Cork there, 6-14 to 110. The battle for possession just inside the Cork 65-metre line, a battle that Dublin will want to get their hands on, and they've done very, very well to win possession back. And now it's just about moving the ball. Emma O'Byrne sending it down the left again towards the attack, looking for Niamh Gannon. Niamh Gannon has the ball there. There's plenty of options if she wants to use them. She might go herself. Niamh Gannon will go herself. Kerry Finnegan lurking inside there. Amy Lee. Kerry Finnegan did throw up the hurl. Amy Lee was brave. Wins the ball and gives it to Aisling Thompson. And Aisling Thompson will drive it down the other end of the field again, down towards the 45-metre line. Great battle between Muireann Kelleher and Amy O'Connor. At the moment, Katrina Mackey has the ball. Did she step out? No, says the officials. Chloe Sigerson goes for the post. The umpire has a look. That ball goes to the right and wide. It remains 4 points. Scoring opportunities, both in Sarah Dean.
2 opportunities there. Neither of them taken, but both unlucky. But if you look there, we had Chloe Sigerson. You know, she was free. The Cork forwards are giving each other more options. They've been unlucky with the wides, but they are giving each other more options, and they're running for the ball and showing for the ball a little bit more than Dublin.
Yeah, they're creating the opportunities. A few of those wides definitely happy, and poor Dublin guilty of taking too many steps according to the referee in the middle, and it's going to be a free for Cork, and this one is going to be taken by Chloe Sickerson just outside the 45-metre line, and be a chance for her to restore that 5-point cushion. We have played just gone the 20-minute mark here in this All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship first half. Cork 1-5, Dublin 4 points. Chloe Sickerson getting ready again. Porky Wynn goes very, very quiet. The only voice you can hear is the voice you're listening to in the commentary box. Chloe Sickerson goes to the post. That ball will it tail in? Will it tail out? No, it tailed in. It just came in at the last moment. Goes over the bar. It's 1-6 to 4 points.
Yeah, she just went just inside the post there. Went the same side as her last wide. So she redeemed herself on that one in true Sickerson form.
It definitely did come in at the last moment there as well. Hawkeye might have been called for in another day, but we had the perfect view of it here, and it definitely looked like a Cork point for us. And Dublin go with the short puck out to Grania Quinn, and Grania Quinn sends the ball down the field, and it's broken down, and Chloe Sickerson will take possession, being handled by Roisin Baker on the occasion, but she shows composure to offload the ball, and Laura Hayes moves it down the left. She'll go for a score herself. She'll be disappointed with that. Put the hand up to her head straight away. Ciara Tierney happy enough to wave that ball out over the line and wide. 6 wides in the game for Cork, none so far for Dublin according to our stats. Just that major goal opportunity that was missed. Is the referee holding up play at the moment? We just seen was there something happen off screen? Is he going over to a Dublin player there, 18? He's definitely Kevin O'Brien has decided to stop the play for the moment, and it looks like he might be going over to have a chat with Orla Gray.
It looks that way. I didn't actually see anything myself, so I'm not sure what he's chatting to her about, but
maybe something was just said there, and he's probably just saying, calm it down. We all have a job to do, including the referee, and the ball restarts with a short puck out. Dublin going for the short puck outs, and it's Hannah Hegarty, the captain. She is captain Dublin minor teams in both camogie and football, but again too many steps against Dublin. That time I thought might have been a bit harsh. I'll get your thoughts on it in a moment, but it's a foul going against Dublin, and the little break's not going their way at the moment, and Cork have a free. Katrina Mackey is going to take this another change as well with the free taker for Cork. Two interesting sub points to talk about in a second, but we'll watch Katrina Mackey here as we played 22 minutes. Can she put Cork 6 in front? They haven't led by that margin yet. This is in a bit from the line. She'll be a bit easier. So Katrina Mackey for the free for Cork. Again, they go quiet. Katrina Mackey takes the free. This looks on target. The ball goes over the bar, and it's another score for Cork. It's 1-7 to 4 points favouring Cork. 18. First, let's talk about Dublin. The steps. I thought that second one in particular was harsh.
May have been a little harsh, but Cork added the pressure on there. I don't think there was much any other way that was going to materialise, because the minute the Dublin backs get the ball, the Cork forwards are straight onto her. So, I mean, it might have been a little harsh, but I don't think it was going to end up any other way really with the pressure.
Dublin again goes short. Grania Quinn landing the ball down the field, but it's back for Laura Tracy, and Cork on the move again, and Cork are just getting into their groove at the moment. Linda Collins goes to the post. Ciara Tierney needs to be carried. Katrina Mackey is coming inside. She's gone past the ball. She still has possession. The goalkeeper comes out, and then Grania Quinn takes possession, but as Aidan just mentioned, the pressure applied by Cork. Amy O'Connor chasing it in there. The clearance does come. Roisin Baker tries to win the ball on the 65-metre line, and Dublin have possession, but definitely another goal scoring opportunity for Cork. Dublin have won a free, and for a moment there, Aidan, I thought Cork were going to get in for their second goal.
It looked that way. I think Ciara Tierney, Orla Gray, Eve O'Brien, and any of the Dublin team there will breathe a sigh of relief with that one.
Aisling Maher is going to take the free in the middle of the park again, and Dublin. It is a crucial stage now, 6 behind the early stages, but they definitely don't want to go 7 down. Cork are known for building up leads. They can build them up gradually, build them up fast, whatever way works in a particular day. Aisling Maher with the free for Dublin. Takes the free. They're going to travel. It might drop in the house as well. Dublin, can they get a little break there? Kerry Finnegan, did she get a touch? She did get a touch, but not to be. Looks like Laura Tracy is the player that's bringing the ball out the field, and experience in the full back line, experience in the half back line. Laura Tracy knows where she needs to be, but Dublin have the ball back. Niamh Gannon on the 20-metre line goes to the post. This is a score for Dublin, a score that they needed. It goes over the bar for Dublin. Niamh Gannon with a point. It's 1-7 to 5 points.
Dublin had the right idea there, trying to bat the ball over their head into the net. Doesn't always materialise. It is a good idea in theory, but they got a point out of it either way. It was a great point.
It's double scores here in Páirc Uí Rinn in the opening round of the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. Cork 1-7, Dublin 5 points. Emma O'Byrne sending the ball down the left again in the direction of Niamh Gannon, but Cork read the ball very, very well, and Hannah Looney will pass it out to the far side of the field, and Cork on the move again in the hands now of Ciara O'Sullivan, and Ciara O'Sullivan down the left has laid off to a teammate, and all of a sudden it's in the hands of Linda Collins. Linda Collins goes to the post, it looks good, the ball goes over the bar. Cork responds straight away. Linda Collins with the point. It's 1-8-5.
Yeah, the minute Dublin score and, get themselves back in it, Cork cancel it out straight away. And I think that's kind of something here, is Cork are just going to chip away. They'd have to work a little less hard to get their scores, whereas Dublin have to work very hard to get their scores.
Dublin's relegation final victory against Waterford a few weeks back was their first competitive win in 2 years. They suffered 5 losses from 5 in 2020, and then lost to Kilkenny, Offaly and Clare during the recent league. Nobody giving them much of a chance in this game as well, but they're certainly putting in a spirited effort in the early stages. A big ask for them. They have won a free, and this will be a chance for Aisling Maher. 25 and a half minutes gone in the first half. Cork 1-8, Dublin 5 points. Aisling Maher gets ready to take the free. The referee is happy to let her proceed. She has a good look at the post. Dublin just need to keep their own scoreboard ticking over as well, and hope a break goes their way at some stage. Aisling Maher takes the free. Does it look good? The ball has gone over the bar, and Aisling Maher responds for Dublin. 26 minutes gone. It's 6 points to 1-8.
Super score there. That's exactly what they need. And if they, as I said, they are still relying on their frees, but a score is a score at the end of the day.
Maeve Callan takes the short puck out for Cork and goes moving up the field again. She's Laura Hayes outside her and gives the ball to Laura Hayes. And Laura Hayes driving it down the left again. Cork just want to get the ball into the inside line. Muir and Kelleher missing it on that occasion. This could be an opportunity. The pass comes to Amy O'Connor. Amy O'Connor, did she get tripped? The referee has blown the whistle. He says there's a foul, and it'll be interesting to see what decision he makes here. Aileen, your thoughts on that?
I think Dublin were very unlucky there. I think just a misread of the ball went in over the top, but I guess she felt she had to stop her somehow.
Well, that was definitely they call it professional foul, and I think Kevin O'Brien will be going in to talk to his umpire. It'll be interesting to see is any Dublin player in trouble on this occasion. Of course, if this was in our male counterpart in hurling, now we'd be getting a black cards, penalties and everything else happening. But Cork definitely have a free, and the question is what decisions will be made afterwards. Well, he is going to have a word. It looks like it might be with Orla Gray. I think it might be. And will this be a yellow card? I'd say it will be. Amy O'Connor is back in her feet. And it is a yellow card for the Dublin number 2. Cork have the free in. And Katrina Mackey is going to take this. Wouldn't be expecting anything big here now. She'll probably just take the point, but a forward's instincts, you wouldn't know what way it'll go. But Cork have a free in. The referee's coming out to have a word with Muriel Kelleher as well. Dublin's defence feeling very frustrated, but yeah, I can't afford to be giving away frees like that and not expect to get in trouble. Katrina Mackey is going to take this just outside the D. Would she be tempted? She stands over the ball. I'd say this is going to go high and possibly into the housing estate behind the goal. Nearly 28 minutes gone in the first half. Cork in front by 5 points. Katrina Mackey takes the free as expected. Never any doubt. She puts the ball over the bar. Cork lead by 6 again. It's 1-9 to 6 points.
Yeah, at this point, cards are not going to... Dublin, it's the last thing they need is to be picking up cards and giving away frees at this point. Cork aren't going to miss shots like that either. So, that really went against Dublin.
Cork gets something out of it. Katrina Mackey getting the score, and Ciara Tierney restarts the action. A long drive down the field, looking for 2 players, but both of them were looking at each other, and Cork got the break. And all of a sudden, it's a Cork attack again when Dublin had the numbers. Chloe Sigerson passes the ball forward to Aisling Thompson. Aisling Thompson always good for a score for Cork. Puts the ball over the bar. Aisling Thompson with the point. 29 minutes into the game, and an excellent score from Aisling Thompson. I think Dublin will be sick, and 2 players looking at each other allow Cork create that attack.
That was a super score from Aisling Thompson, and as you said, both the 2 girls were free there. That was, Dublin are getting a little bit frustrated. They're working really hard, and look, it's easy for us to say it, especially out the weather. We're warm enough up here without being out in the sun, but it is hard. But they are getting frustrated. They need to just settle a little bit.
We can tell you here in our commentary box in Porky Rin, we've a nice breeze blowing into the back door. We're probably one of the lucky ones, but we're enjoying the weather out there, but definitely taking its toll on the players. Maybe not in Hannah Looney. She loves playing this weekend. Hannah Looney on the one, takes the challenge, gives it in towards Katrina Mackey. Ciara Tierney has to meet the ball, meets the ball. The referee has blown the whistle. An injury for Orla Gray, but Cork again just getting in their groove. They look like they're ready to get that second goal at any stage.
They're threatening for goal every attack there. That was just unlucky by Hannah Looney. It was a little bit too strong of a pass. But they're threatening, they're running for it, they're going for it. There's one thing on their mind, and that's another goal.
If we were being anything picky about the Cork attack over this game, is that they've done that a few occasions now, overhit the pass in. Like, there's no real breeze of note here in. There is a breeze coming in, as we mentioned in the commentary box, but on the field of play, there's very little breeze, if anything, as well. So that'll definitely be one stick Body will use to beat these players, to keep them grounded if they get the expected result.
Yeah, they've the right idea with these kind of passes, but as you said, they're hitting them too strong, and I don't know if that's maybe just overexcitement or kind of just, when they're in the moment they just want to pass it off because they see the opportunity in front of them, but it is working against them. Maybe just to do with excitement, or just seeing the opportunity and wanting to finish in the back of the net.
And just as a hold up on players, another Dublin players receiving treatment, what can Dublin really do to deal with this? Because they've tried the long balls that haven't worked out too well for them. The short passes, they're under pressure straight away. And if anything, I suppose the problems that they're having is still outweigh the Cork run of them in the half forward line as well. Do they bring bodies back? If they do that, they're pretty much sacrificing any chance of getting a result. What way would you be thinking?
It's a hard one to call, because if they bring bodies back, then they're sacrificing up forward, and the forwards need to stay up there because they need to keep the ball in, because every time it goes in, it is coming out quite easily. So it's a hard one to call. I think they really need to stick to their players. There's a couple of Cork players free on Cork attacks. Maybe just there is a little bit of a difference in the reading of the game. Cork are reading the game a little bit better, and are playing they're gelling a little bit better together so far.
Katrina Mackey hit over that free for Cork after play resumed to make it 111 to 6 points here. We have played nearly 90 seconds of injury time in the first half. The opening round of the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship here in Porky Rin. Cork 111, Dublin 6 points. Dublin will be very disappointed to let an 8-point gap lead, but Cork very well deserving of their advantage on the move again inside the 65-metre line. Aisling Thompson takes the ball, sending it down the field. Just a link-up play from Cork is a joy to watch as Hannah Looney reads the ball well, sells the dummy, gives the pass off, and all of a sudden 2 passes there. Aisling Thompson, the first touch letting her down, the second not as much. 3-4 Dublin players around her, and she still finds the space to send it down in towards the Cork attack. And this is an opportunity. The white boots of Linda Collins sends the ball across. A great pass to Chloe Sigerson. Chloe Sigerson goes to that post, and that ball goes to the right and wide. That move deserved to finish off with a score, but not to be. It's the 7th wide of the first half for Cork, none for Dublin. It's 111 to 6 points, and much more time with the referee play in the first half. He has played 2.5 minutes. Dublin have the ball the far side of the field through Orla Gray, and Orla Gray trying to get away from Katrina Mackey. Somebody calling for steps out in the field. Dublin have been punished enough. One else would say Roisin Baker has the ball in between the two. 65-metre line. Plenty of options there, but Dublin again, the nerves, the pressure being applied by Cork. Either way, they're making hard work of it, and all of a sudden there's a ball to fight for here that should have been a Dublin ball. The referee blows the whistle, not for half time. I think he's going to blow this to throw the ball in. So Cork, another turnover if they're to win this ball. Fiona Keating going in for the battle with Roisin Baker, who will take possession. Hannah Looney there to read it. She's been put under pressure by Jodie Couch, wearing number 11 for Dublin. Dublin have the ball back. Done very, very well, but the ball blocked down. The attempted clearance from Emma Flanagan, not to be. She got it the second time in basket, but again, Maeve Cahallan getting in the way for Cork. She wears number 4, and Cork have it down in the 45-metre line. This could be another big moment in the game where Cork get a score of what should have been a straightforward Dublin attack, but the referee has blown the half-time whistle here in Porky Rin. A lot to talk about over the 10-minute period before the two teams come out for the second half. Cork in front by 111 to 6 points. Aileen Dunn, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, first of all, I'd say the players are delighted with this, the half-time whistle. They're delighted to finally hear it, because it's not easy out there. There's no point in saying, and both teams are working hard. Dublin, they are working so hard. There's a few things that aren't going their way, and it's causing a lot of frustration. And everybody knows once you get a little bit frustrated, it's hard to kind of get your head going again. Cork, they're playing well. A lot of wides. They won't be happy with their wides. I know Chloe Sigerson definitely won't be happy with that last one, especially after such a good catch. So there's improvements needed on both sides. But I mean, I'm definitely not going to write off Dublin yet, because there's one thing about any Dublin team, and they do not give up.
They've had 2 goal-scoring opportunities in the game. One of those could put them back in the match, but it's Cork who look in control here at half-time. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for live coverage of the second half of this opening round game in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. But at half-time, the favourites are in front. They lead by 8 points. The half-time score here in Páirc Uí Rinn, it's Cork 111, Dublin 6 points. Good afternoon, thank you very much and welcome back here to Porky Rin. I'm Darren Kelly, joined by Aideen Dunn here in the commentary box. This is the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship Round 1. Cork against Dublin, and at half-time the host Cork 1-11 to 6 points in front. As the two teams are coming out in the field, we just go through the scores for both sides. For Cork, Katrina Mackey, their top scorer, 1-5 in the game, 4 scores from frees. Chloe Sigerson with a couple of placed balls. Linda Collins, 2 from play. Aisling Thompson and Amy O'Connor also on target. Aisling Maher has 4 frees for Dublin. Ali Toomey and Niamh Gannon also on the scoreboard as well. Aideen, we were talking about what a goal will mean to this match for both teams during the half-time break as well. Obviously, if we're going to have a contest in this match, it has to come for Dublin.
It has to come for Dublin. The question is, will it come for Dublin? It depends on how they start now in the first 5 minutes, because the first 5 minutes of the first half, they started a little slow and they dropped their heads a bit afterwards. So if they can start strong in the first 5 minutes, there's no telling what they can do. They will need a goal to rattle Cork a little bit more. The question is, will a goal just drive Cork on a little bit more? It's hard to know. But look, we're looking forward to finding out.
Referee just getting ready. Even we're just saying there, Dublin are doing a lot of good things out there. I suppose they just got exposed with some of the mistakes that they've made, and that's probably what happens when you're playing one of the big 3 or 4 teams, should I say, because Tipperary are leading hopefully 1-7 to no score at the moment in their game as well. So they just need to keep working on what they're doing and try and cut out some of those unforced errors.
Exactly, they're unforced errors. It's kind of teething problems. It's probably a mix of everything at this point, that kind of a way. But I think, look, they're still doing so well out there. They're playing well. They're unlucky. That's the only way you can put it with some things. They are a little bit unlucky, but they're doing their best, and they might come out here a different team now in the second half.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, even if they just take the 30 minutes on its own and see how they compete. For Cork, they'll want to do better with their scoring efforts. 7 wides to 0 in the first half. Dublin attacking the goal to the left in the second half. First opportunity here, but Cork already in control. Saoirse McCarthy wearing number 21, but she started the game. Passes a dangerous pass across to Laura Hayes. Now, I've said Cork look composed in defence, but asking for a bit of trouble there. Can Dublin overturn possession? Aisling Maher trying to move the ball forward, being marked on that occasion by Libby Cobbinger, another of the dual stars for Cork, wearing number 3 in this game, but Cork win the ball back. Aisling Thompson is there to help out as well and comes out to the right and sends the ball down the field again, and Dublin will really feel the pain if Cork turn this over and get a score at the start of the second half. Amy O'Connor hasn't scored, she has got 1 point in the match so far, I should say. She also had a goal scoring opportunity. Ciara O'Sullivan tried to send the pass across, good cut out by Muireann Kelleher on that occasion, but it goes out for a line ball for Cork, going to be taken by Hannah Looney, and Hannah Looney sends it back in the direction of Fiona Keating, and Cork just trying to line their players up. Dublin trying to get the little touches in. Roisin Baker was there. She's played water polo for Ireland. She got a little touch as well, but Cork eventually, the pressure paid off. They have got the free, and this will be an opportunity, it looks like, for Katrina Mackey, the game's top scorer, to add to her tally. She will take the free between the 20 metre and 45 metre line, 80 seconds into the second half, and she'll be fancy. Now, it's not a straightforward free as well, as you can see on your shot. A bit of an angle there as well, a bit of a distance just inside the line, right in front of us in the main stand here. Great to see supporters of both Cork and Dublin here to enjoy the match. Katrina Mackey played in her first All-Ireland final back in 2009. Gets ready to take the free for Cork. Again, you can hear the silence. Great support for the game, let alone for the respective teams. Katrina Mackey with the free, puts the ball over the bar. 2 minutes into the second half, 18, and it's 1-12 to 6 points.
Super score again. I mean, that'll settle Cork now for the second half. Good opening score the second half. Exactly what they would have wanted. From the throw in there, it's after starting quite fast pace. So it's very clear both teams are very up for the second half.
The Cork starting team with 3 changes from last year's All-Ireland semi-final. Pamela Mackey, Gemma O'Connor and Orla Cronin didn't start. Ellen Murphy, Ciara O'Sullivan and Fiona Keating, the 3 new additions to the team. So despite losing the big names, like the 3 big names that I mentioned that are not starting, still a very stable Cork side as Laura Hayes drives a long ball down in the direction of the white boots of Linda Collins. Linda Collins shows composure to lay the ball off for Chloe Sigerson. Chloe Sigerson sells the dummy, gets inside, takes on a second Dublin player and continues to run towards the D. Can she get the scoring shot? She'd be better off sending it off to a teammate to take that effort forward. That teammate is Fiona Keating. Fiona Keating goes to the post and Cork go for the score. The umpire likes it. It goes over the bar. Excellent score there from Fiona Keating. Puts the ball over the bar. It's 113 to 6 points.
That's a great score. It's just from here now, Dublin need to capitalise on their puck-outs and make an attack here, because they need to do something just to settle them for the second half.
Chloe Sigerson with a great run there leading up to the score from Fiona Keating, who gets off the marker. There's 10 points between the teams, and it's last chance for Saloon for Dublin, you would feel now, to get back into this game in any shape or form. Cork is getting into their groove. Great battle there as Eve O'Brien, the Dublin fullback, fights away with the Cork captain Linda Collins. It's Linda Collins who wins it, sends the ball back, plenty of options for her. She didn't take the 2 or 3 nearer, she goes for the 4 behind. Chloe Sigerson could be a good option yet. She's just been surrounded by Hannah Hegarty, the Dublin skipper, in this match, but it goes out to the Cork number 7, and she is Laura Hayes. Laura Hayes, an All-Ireland minor and intermediate winner in 2018, sending the ball in towards the attack. That ball has not gone wide just yet. A scramble for possession. Amy O'Connor has the ball. The umpire didn't move. Amy O'Connor goes. Will she pull the trigger? Shot, a goal! A goal for Cork. Amy O'Connor back at the net. I think Dublin were waiting for the wide. It wasn't to be. Amy O'Connor gets the second goal. Game, set and match.
We had talked about goals during half-time, but we did say that we thought maybe Dublin had come out and score one, but there was only one thing on her mind there, and that was goal, and that's exactly what she did. So it's going to be very tough now for Dublin to get back into this.
It wouldn't feel like a Cork Camogie match unless Amy O'Connor got a goal. She hasn't disappointed the Cork fans who are here in Porky Rain. A massive blow for Dublin, it must be said. They wanted to be much more competitive than this, but of course they'll continue hurling and fighting hard and using this game for what it really probably is, in one way, a great workout before the 2 challenges to come. In possession, the ball for Dublin with Jodie Couch. She wears number 11, turns on her right hand side, sends it down towards the post. Amy Lee was out of position for a moment, but gets herself back where she wants to be. The block down from Niamh Gannon is officially a wide. Would you believe it, Aideen? The first wide of the game for Dublin.
The first wide of the game, and it came how many minutes? We are almost 35 minutes in. So, I mean, that's definitely positive to take away for Dublin, but that was a super block down as well.
Super block down from Niamh Gannon as well. Just unfortunately for her, the ball wouldn't stay in play. Aisling Maher, sending a ball down in towards the attack. She was trying to find Ali Toomey, not to be. Libby Cobbinger there for Cork. Hasn't got control of the ball, and Niamh Gannon is back fighting for possession again. She's wearing number 27 down towards the far corner. Dublin also missing Ali Maguire, who's ankle ligament injury. This ball might break nicely in the inside line for Ali Toomey. Not to be again. Cork just find a way. They have eyes on the ball, and they bring it out through Laura Tracy. Laura Tracy gives it to Aisling Thompson, and Aisling Thompson is up at the 65-metre line, and again long ball in towards her former midfield partner Katrina Mackey, who takes it first time. Katrina Mackey's a player to her left, gives the pass off. This is Amy O'Connor. Amy O'Connor just lost her step back to Katrina Mackey, and Cork have let the opportunity go here. Dublin's defenders recover well. It should have been a goal scoring shot for Cork, not to be. Dublin doing very, very well, and it's cleared by Emma O'Byrne. We'll get Aideen's thoughts on that in a moment as Dublin try and counter attack now. An opportunity to press hard here as Aisling Maher has the ball outside the 45-metre line, being stopped in her tracks by Laura Hayes. Aisling Maher doesn't give up. Laura Hayes with a block down. It still should fall for the Dublin number 10. She needs support, needs somebody a bit in closer to her. She gets the pass in for Ali Toomey. Ali Toomey makes a move, challenged by Laura Tracy. The hand is out for the advantage. The referee has blown the ball, the whistle I should say, and Dublin will be a bit frustrated. They looked like they had the advantage running in on goal, but it's going to be a free in for Dublin. I have 2 questions to ask you about, Aideen. First, this one here, should he have given Dublin the goal scoring opportunity?
I mean, they had got the opportunity. They were going forward. I think they'd be very frustrated with that he had called them back, because, you know, there was a goal on there. There was 2 girls side by side, so anything could have happened there. They'll be a bit frustrated, but if they can take the score here, you know, they'll be happy enough.
Aisling Maher is going to take the free. We will talk about that Cork opportunity in just a moment. A free now. Dublin just get something out the second half again. I know we've said it a few times in the commentary box. Aisling Maher getting ready for the free between the 20 and 45-metre line, having a look at the posts. Can she put this over the bar? Get Dublin's first of the second half, her 5th in total. The umpire seems to like it. The ball goes over the bar 7 minutes into the second half. It's Dublin 7 points. It's Cork 2-13. But Aideen, I want to go back to the Cork goal scoring opportunity. Just seem to lose their step before pulling the trigger. Both Katrina Mackey and Amy O'Connor.
That was a super long ball in from Aisling Thompson, and they were a little bit unlucky. They lost their footing, but I think all credit goes to Dublin backs there as well. They were absolutely superb. There was a little bit of aggression coming out there in them. And it was a super clearance, and then of course they set themselves up then for that free and for that score.
Adrian O'Sullivan will be disappointed with the result if it continues along expected lines, but that bit of aggression is exactly what he wants out of his Dublin team ahead of future tests. Laura Tracy takes the pass from Aisling Thompson down in towards the attack, and Muireann Kelleher doing well for Dublin to win the ball, sends it along the ground, trying to pick out Emma Flanagan, but Chloe Sigerson there to try and stop her, but Emma Flanagan has won the ball for Dublin, sending it down the right, but again just no Dublin player there, and I think, Aideen, as well, not being critical of Dublin, their first year of a new management programme, sometimes they're not reading each other's passes very, very well. I know that ball went out over the line on this occasion as well, but it's been a few occasions where Dublin has sent the ball into space and nobody's been chasing up in it.
Yeah, and I said this as well in the first half. Dublin maybe aren't gelling and reading the game as well and reading each other as well as Cork. This Cork team are so used to, they playing together and all that kind of thing, but as well with the new management and stuff, they're still figuring things out. They're still finding their feet and they're still learning dynamics and learning the management to learn about players and players learn about management, so there's a lot going on. There's plenty of positives to come from that as well, but yeah, at the moment they're still figuring everything out.
Aisling Maher taking the free for Dublin, the far side of the field, attacking the goal to the left. Nearly 9 minutes gone in the second half here. Her team trail by 12. Aisling Maher with the free for Dublin. The umpire has a look, but he says not to be on this occasion. Second wide of the game for Dublin. Certainly the goal to our left has been the wides goal in this match, and it remains Cork 2-13, Dublin 7 points, and Amy Lee restarts to play the far side of the field, gets in between two of her teammates, and the ball harmlessly goes out over the line, the far side of the field. And it'll be an opportunity for Dublin to restart the action with a line ball that Aisling Maher is going to come out and take just near her own 65-metre line. Hannah Hegarty shouting the instructions for the Dublin team. She wants an improved showing for the final 20 minutes of the game. Aisling Maher gets ready to take the free and gets underneath the ball, sending it down towards the attack, hoping Niamh Gannon will get on the end of that, but the ball is going to carry away. It looks, might just stay in play. And Cork Beef Callan was there, but the umpire says it's gone out for a 45, and Aisling Maher will get a scoring opportunity near a bit of a better angle. Well, I would say a better angle, not much of a better angle, because it's still just inside the posts. So it'll be a difficult 45 nonetheless as we wait for Aisling Maher to take this. We'll just get a latest score from the other game taking place in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. 29 minutes and 20 seconds gone in Banagher. It's now Tipperary 113, Offaly 3 points. We often talk about the big three. Well, Tipperary giving a timely reminder that there might be a big four at play in this All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. Aisling Maher takes the 45 for Dublin. Not to be. A scoring opportunity goes a begging for the Dubs as well. It remains 2-13 to 7 points.
To be very frustrated with that miss, and as well Cork pucking the ball out over the line. That could have been a great opportunity to restart the game and to go on in the attack, but they keep going. Here they are again with another attack.
Aoife Whelan on the move as well for Dublin. We'll tell you a story about Aoife Whelan as the decision goes against her for catching the ball 3 times. She was involved in a fundraiser with Castleknock Ladies Gaelic Football, a 15,000 euro, I should say. They raised at least, it was a 24-hour solo. Aoife Whelan, a great ambassador for both the Camogie and for ladies football. The free for Cork is going to be taken by Laura Hayes, wearing number 7 for Cork, and found Aisling Thompson, but the control wasn't there. However, it'll break kindly for Saoirse McCarthy. Was having the jersey pull. Play continues on. Hannah Looney will go on the run. She wins in the run in the first half. It led to a goal. Hannah Looney goes in the run again and just leaves Dublin players for dead there. Continues. Finally runs into the full back line. The referee says there was a foul. It's going to be a free in. Hannah Looney, no different to Katrina Mackey in attack. Hannah Looney seems to like playing in the middle of the park.
I think Hannah Looney, you could put her anywhere and she'll adapt. She's just that kind of a player. She loves to attack. She just adapts anywhere that you put her. She could be all over the pitch, doing a couple of different roles all in one.
Hannah Looney, of course, could be end up going for a year abroad yet. Work reasons bring her to the Netherlands or USA. Hasn't happened because of COVID-19. No doubt Cork will be in no rush to see her depart if that does materialise. Katrina Mackey is going to take the free. Nearly 12 minutes gone in the second half. Our team well in front of the scoreboard. Dublin have had asked questions, I should say. Cork have a few mistakes they need to work on for the next day. Katrina Mackey takes the free, puts the ball over the bar. They have hit a 20-point number in regards to their overall target. Katrina Mackey, top scorer of the game. It's 2-14 to 7 points.
Yeah, another great score. It would have been very out of character for it to not pop that one over the bar. So, as you said, 2-14 to 7 points now. So, it is going to be tough for Dublin.
The water break just about 2 or 3 minutes away. The referee has blown the whistle. So is there a substitution taking place? Is that why we've had a hold up in the action? I think a change has taken place for Dublin. We'll confirm the details of that in a moment. So there is a Dublin substitution has taken place. We'll check that out in just a moment. Play continues on. It might well have been Aoife Whelan who went up, but Dublin are on the attack. We'll see that in a second. Can they make something happen here? An opportunity for Kerry Finnegan is on over the bar. And the goal scoring opportunity that Dublin were looking for has come. An attack down the far side of the field, and Kerry Finnegan off the ground, pretty much an open goal, went over the bar. Probably just sums up her look in this game.
It sums up her look, but also, look, a score is a score. They got the opportunity. It's great to see them to create those opportunities for themselves, but a goal there was what they really needed.
It's 8 points to Dublin, 2-14 to Cork. An opportunity for Cork to respond. Chloe Sigerson with the effort puts the ball over the bar, and Cork replies straight away in the 14th minute of the second half. It's 2-15 to 8 points. Cork responding exactly like that, and Chloe Sigerson, no better person to put the ball over the bar. And again, there's 13 points between the teams. Play continues on as Dublin look for a positive finish in this match. On the left hand side is Emma O'Byrne sending it down in towards the attack, trying to find Kerry Finnegan again. The ball might break for the number 13, who is Cleena Nicoletti, and she's the substitute that came on. Cleena Nicoletti, number 13, we think replacing number 12, Aoife Whelan. Cork have the ball inside their own full-back line. It's Laura Tracy, the centre-back, trying to bring it out the field. She has won the free, and it's an opportunity for Cork to start another attack as well. And it looks like Amy Lee might come out to take this ball just outside her 20-metre line. Laura Tracy said she sent a text to Gemma O'Connor after being handed the number 6 jersey. Accomplished full back the last couple of years. Cork needed a centre back, especially with Pamela Mackey taking the year out. And Laura Tracy, so far, the verdict has been good in 2021.
Oh, she has, to be fair to her. She really has. She stepped up to the role superbly, which isn't an easy task to do, especially on a Cork team.
Amy Lee with a long drive down the far side of the field, but it's going to be won by Eve O'Brien. Eve O'Brien goes out over the line. Would you be interested? Eve O'Brien has plenty of experience in Croke Park. She used to roll out the red carpet in Croke Park on All-Ireland final day. No doubt that she wants an opportunity to be a player in Croke Park in the near future at senior level. Time will tell how that materialises. Cork have a line ball the far side of the field inside the 45-metre line. We have played exactly 15 minutes of this second half. The water break is not too far away, and Cork looking to create another scoring chance before the break. Chloe Sigerson gets well underneath it. This might come near the goal. It goes across. Of course, it's 2 points for a sideline cut in Camogie. The ball has not gone dead, and out there is Grania Quinn to clear the ball for Dublin, and she sends it down towards the opposing 65-metre line. Great clearance, but only as far as Laura Tracy, and plenty of red players around. One of them is Aisling Thompson, the All-Ireland winning captain back in 2015. A bit of tennis going on at the moment as Grania Quinn from the St. Vincent's Club sends it back towards the opposing 45-metre line, and Laura Tracy says, I'll take that again, gives it to Aisling, and Aisling Thompson, can she do better on this occasion? Looks for a teammate, and the advancing Hannah Looney is the intended target. Well read by Emma O'Byrne for Dublin, wearing number 22 on her own 45-metre line. Hannah Hegarty just struggling to get the ball up for Dublin, but she has it eventually and sends it out. Or actually is Hannah Hegarty. She's the one who took the pass. The player that won the ball was Eve O'Brien. Referee blows the whistle. It's going to be a free out for Dublin. 16 minutes gone in the second half, and Hannah Hegarty to take this. Can they get a score before the water break? Bring it back to 12. So, again, a hold up and play as he blown for the water break now. An interesting time to blow for a water break, but nonetheless, it is the decision. It's Cork 2-15, Dublin 8 points, 18 your overall thoughts at the moment.
As you described it there, it is becoming a little bit of a game of tennis. It's going back and forth. But look, I think Dublin are working hard for their scores, but unfortunately, Cork just won't give them a second. They won't give them an inch to breathe, and they're just, coming up the far end and scoring and almost cancelling out the Dublin score straight away. It's going to be a tough 15 minutes. They have this time to just reset and just, take a break, take a breather, and push on then for the last 15.
We can tell you the halftime score in Banagher is Tipperary 114, Offaly 6 points. Yesterday in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship, Wexford beat Limerick by 212 to 113. In Group 2, this group, Waterford beat down 16 points to 15. And the games in Group 3, Kilkenny 22 points, Clare 16, Galway 3-16, Westmeath 1-5. The second round of games all take place next week. This commentary is brought to you in association with Entry on the Camogie Association YouTube channel, and Cork on their way to their first victory of the 2021 Championship. Cork 2-15, Dublin 8 points. If you didn't hear us earlier on, don't forget to join us at 4:30 this evening for a big 2 matches brought live streamed. All-Ireland Under 16 Camogie finals, Cork against Kilkenny in St. Brendan's Park, Burr at 4:30, and in the B final between Meath and Offaly also taking place at 4:30 as well. 2 big finals, the young talent, the future of Camogie, and I suppose, Aidan, that gives us something to talk about for a moment as the two teams have their water break. It's great that we're having All-Ireland Under 16 under-16 finals. There are 2 finals taking place this morning at 12:30. Don't have the results to hand at the moment. We'll see if we can get those before the end of the commentary. But after, I suppose, everything with COVID and no All-Irelands for underage players, very, very important day for the future camogie stars across the country.
Oh, it's absolutely super, and as you said, COVID and everything else, like, it's great to have games back and to be able to give players the opportunity to be out playing, and especially, you know, they're the players of the future, so it's great to have them out back playing and to be doing so well.
We will get those scores for you from the under-16 C and D finals that took place this morning as well, as soon as we have them to hand. The 2 teams getting themselves back in position, and we get ready for the final quarter of this game in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship. Cork on their way to victory, but Dublin hoping to finish with a flourish. It will be a Dublin free inside their own 65-metre line. Hannah Hegarty, I think, will be the player that takes it. Well, she was the player that was going to take it before we had the stop. So we can tell you anyway, the under-16C camogie final, a low-scoring game it was. It finished Westmeath 1-1, Roscommon 3 points. Congratulations to Westmeath, All-Ireland Under-16C camogie champions. A change in the Dublin goalkeeper, Faye McCarthy, is on the field of play. She took that free for Dublin. Faye McCarthy, an All-Star nominee back when they made the All-Ireland semi-final a couple of years ago. Great options on the bench for Dublin, and she's a great drive in the ball as well. But it's Cork in possession as Hannah Looney takes the pass from Aisling Thompson, and Aisling Thompson goes on the move inside the 65-metre line. She has the space in front of her. She wants to keep going. Maybe she was getting a bit tired of the heat on that occasion, but she finds Katrina Mackey. Katrina Mackey trying to find a way past Elsie Jameson Murphy. The pass comes across to Fiona Keating for Cork. She goes to the effort, puts the ball to the left and wide. First wide of the second half for Cork. It remains 2-15 to Cork, 8 points to Dublin, and we have played 47 minutes and 30 seconds of this All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship match in Páirc Uí Rinn, and Faye McCarthy driving the ball down the field again in between the 2 65-metre lines. Hannah Looney with the ball wins the free as well in the process, and we can tell you the under-16D camogie final has ended in a victory for Wicklow. They have beaten Mayo by 3-13 to 3 points, so congratulations to the Westmeath and Wicklow under-16 camogie teams. Hard luck to Roscommon and Mayo, 2 All-Ireland champions crowned today. You can get the other 2 All-Ireland champions crowned in live stream later on. We have a free for Cork between the 2 65-metre lines. It's a free going to be taken by Chloe Sigerson. 12 minutes to go, and can she put further daylight between the teams? 13 points separate them at the moment. Chloe Sigerson can play anywhere in the half-back midfield or half-forward line. That ball goes to the right and wide, aiding 2 wides for Cork since we restarted the play as well, but they're still very much in control of this match.
Yeah, 2 wides, but I mean, they're still very much ahead. But having said that, in the last couple of minutes, the intensity has died down a small bit. I think maybe the weather and the conditions and everything else is kind of starting to show on the players, because it's very tough to play down there.
We can tell you the breeze is starting to come back to us here in the commentary box if you're interested, but this is a Dublin attack. Emma Flanagan goes for the post for Dublin, and she puts the ball over the bar. Great score from Dublin, great move as well, and Emma Flanagan, the hero from the relegation final, gets a point. 2-15 to 9 points. So Amy Lee getting ready to restart the action. From the hand, long drive down. Don't forget, in a wide in camogie now, you can restart play straight away. All teams still getting used to that. Hannah Hegarty has the ball for Dublin. Gives it to the number 23, who's Gabby Couch. Gabby Couch down towards the attack in the direction of Kerry Finnegan. On another day, she could have had a hat-trick. Not on this day. Hand pass across to Niamh Gannon. The ball just wouldn't come to her hand. Hits her in the leg. Dublin trying to line up players for a shot. Aisling Maher will go for the posts. That ball might just travel, unfortunately for Aisling Maher. That ball travels to the right and wide. 4th wide of the second half for Dublin. Remains 2-15 to 9 points. And Cork to get things going again. Amy Lee just trying to decide which hurl she fancies for this job. And sends the ball out towards the right. The intended target right in front of us is Ciara O'Sullivan. Got away from her, and it's going to be a line ball for Dublin. Emma O'Byrne from Good Counsel to take this on her own 65-metre line. Shout out to the Sarsfields Camogie Club in Cork, crowned 2020 minor camogie champions on Thursday night. The 2021 championship draw is already taking place, I'm told, in Cork, and the young players will be in action again soon there. They're heroes in the field of play, set for an opening day victory in the championship as Hannah Looney goes in the move. On the 45-metre line is Amy O'Connor. Amy O'Connor and Muireann Kelleher, as we've mentioned, a great tussle all afternoon for them. This is a great pass for Linda Collins. Was she being pulled in the process? Referee says he saw nothing. I think there was a hand out there, but either way we continue on. And Chloe Sigerson inside the 45-metre line. Looks around for options. The option is there in Aisling Thompson. This is within her range. Aisling Thompson goes to the post, and Aisling Thompson puts the ball over the bar. 9 minutes to go. There was never a doubt, Aideen, when Aisling Thompson got that ball, it was going to be a point. 2:16-9.
No, it's a super point. It's Aisling Thompson. We expect her to pop it over the bar that comfortably, like she always does.
So a great score for Aisling Thompson. I think a few Cork substitutions are now taking place. And that's how this game is going to finish. And Hannah Looney and Ciara O'Sullivan are the two players that are being taken off. We'll confirm the changes for Cork in a moment. One of them is Izzy O'Regan. She's wearing number 20. She's on the field to play. We'll tell you the other change in a second. Looking around, no movements from the Dublin panel at the moment. Contest now that's probably losing its bite a little bit as we enter the final 8 minutes of action. Orla Cronin is on the field to play. Linda Melrick tells me to my left. Orla Cronin, a bit of an injury concern, didn't start the game. She, one of Cork's top players, scored 3 points in last year's All-Ireland semi-final, and she's on the field, and Cork fans will be very, very happy to hear that news. The far side of the field, line ball for Cork. Maeve Callan going to take it in the direction of Laura Hayes. And it's I should say, it's Ella McGovern for Dublin having an effort into the hands of Amy Lee, and Amy Lee sends the ball out the field to play. Great take there for Dublin from Emma O'Byrne. She's been one of Dublin's top players in this match, you'd feel. Long ball in down towards the attack. Can Dublin get a goal before this game finishes? The Cork defence will be determined not to give it, but they're moving their way through. Number 23 is Gabby Couch. Can somebody from Dublin pull the trigger? Ball trickling away. Dublin still with the ball. Cork defending like it's a 1 point game. Not giving an inch, but Dublin have done well to hold on to possession. The pass comes out towards Roisin Baker. Roisin Baker skips inside, but she gets within range. Just lost control of the Slayer. Has it back again, has a teammate. An effort at the post for Dublin. Cork's defenders on the line. Kerry Finnegan are trying to apply the pressure, but Cork have it and send it out towards the 45-metre line. And for Chloe Sigerson, and Chloe Sigerson moves up the field in the direction of Fiona Keating. Not to be. Grania Quinn takes the ball. Dublin now starting to find teammates that bit easier. Cork have it back again. Chloe Sigerson goes to the post. This will really hurt Dublin if it goes over the bar, and Chloe Sigerson puts the ball over the bar. 6 minutes to go. She's been doing it all afternoon, Aideen.
She has, but that one nearly tops them all. That was absolutely superb.
2:17 to Cork, 9 points to Dublin. We have 6.5 minutes remaining in this game. Both managements getting a chance to look at their bench. Aisling Maher, line ball for Dublin, right in front of us here in the commentary box. Just outside the 45-metre line, looking for the space there. Aisling Maher sends it across the field, but again, nobody reading it. Emma Flanagan, it could just come a bit too far. And Aisling Thompson is the player that takes the pass, or takes the ball, I should say, gives it to Chloe Sigerson. She takes the pass, and Chloe Sigerson sending it down the field again. But Deirdre Johnston, great to see her on the field to play for Dublin. She's one of their substitutions. Got a touch to get it away from Linda Collins, and Dublin will try and create an attack outside their 65-metre line. Niamh Gannon to Aisling Maher. Aisling Maher told about the run, saw Saoirse McCarthy coming, turned on her right hand side, sending it in the direction of Aoife Walsh, but the ball gets away from everyone and goes out over the line. A wide ball for Dublin, and Cork will restart the action. 5 wides in the game for them. 5.5 minutes to go, and it looks like, is it Aisling Thompson will be receiving some attention? This is going to be a hold up and play for the next couple of moments. While there's a hold up and play, Aideen Dunn will be thinking about a player of the match, and we'll get Aideen's thoughts on that in just a moment. Plenty of contenders for both teams in this game. Cork 2:17, Dublin 9 points, and we're just going to have a hold up and play. And while we're having a hold up and play, it gives me a chance to mention a big event taking place next Saturday. The Missing to Ballin 4 Kieran takes place. 25 cyclists from Mahada cycling 165 kilometres from Misenhead to Ballinrostig. And for the Marymount Marymount Hospice, I should say. Best of luck to everybody involved with that, and definitely support them any way you can. All in memory of Kieran O'Connor, who sadly passed away in the last couple of years. Aisling Thompson has gone off the field for Cork, so we're going to restart the action. We'll tell you who came on for Aisling in a moment, but a Cork substitution takes place. We are inside the final 5 minutes of this game. Cork 2-17, Dublin 9 points, and Amy Lee going to restart the action, and she sends it out the far side of the field, and a good long drive in the direction of Fiona Keating. Hannah Hegarty gets the touch. That will be a Cork ball, and with that, Aideen, we'll have a look at the overall contenders of the player of the match, and you can give us our official Camogie Association player of the match.
I mean, I can pick from a few here. At the moment, in contention is Chloe Sigerson, just pure from some of the scores she's got and her pure leadership here today. Katrina Mackey obviously has been dominating on frees. I don't know if you agree with me or if you have any of your own contenders to add to that.
No, they're definitely two of the top contenders as well, and you can announce everyone the overall winner in just a couple of moments. Cork 2-17, Dublin 9 points. They're the two contenders for player of the match. Dublin on the attack as well as number 23, Gabby Couch, tries to find a way inside. She gets inside the 45-metre line. Gabby Couch has been held up there. The referee has the hand out, and it's going to be a free in for Dublin and a chance for Aisling Maher to get a scoring opportunity. So Aisling Maher getting the free for Dublin, just outside the D. So taking her time there to have a look. Again, Porky Rin going quiet. Great crowd that's been here. Aisling Maher takes the free, puts the ball over the bar. It's a score for Dublin. They've reached double figures. We are 3 minutes to go in this game, and it's 10 points to Dublin, 2-17 to Cork. You know, I suppose there's little targets you have to set in the game. Obviously, Dublin will want to have much more than 10 points in the game, but even the way the game has gotten away from them, Aideen, they'll be happy enough to reach double digits.
They will be happy enough, and as you said, the game has gotten away from them, but as you can see here, they haven't stopped or given up at all. They're still working as hard as they can, and there's plenty of positives for Dublin to take away from today. It's, you know, a loss is a loss, whatever, but like they've plenty to look at and to be positive.
And Collins was sending the ball in the direction of Katrina Mackey. Fiona Keating has it now and gives it to Orla Cronin. Orla Cronin, can she signal her rival in the Cork team with a score? Indeed she can. Orla Cronin puts the ball over the bar with just over 2 minutes to go, 2-18 to 10 points, and after not starting the game, Aideen, for Orla Cronin to get a point, Cork fans will be happy to see that.
Of course, and that's just Orla Cronin's way of announcing, just letting everybody know that she's here and she's on. She's gone nowhere. Typical Cronin style and a super score. Super
score it was indeed. Dublin trying to create one of their own the far side of the field, but again the Cork defenders getting a touch. I think Laura Tracy was there, and Orla Cronin has the ball as Laura Hayes in front of her, but gives the pass off the pass to Isabel Sheehan, another of the Cork substitutions that's come on in this game, and there's a scramble for possession just outside the 45-metre line, and Laura Hayes says, I'm not in the mood for a scramble, I'll take the ball and I'll drive it down the field for Cork in towards the attack. You just get the feeling Cork want another score or two before this game finishes, and Linda Collins, the captain, inside the 45-metre line, the pass to Chloe Sigerson. Chloe Sigerson just looking around as with ease, the way she's read this game today, setting up scores, getting some herself. Izzy O'Regan goes to the post. Izzy O'Regan will be disappointed with that. I think that is the 11th point of the game for Cork. A minute to go of normal time, 18, and I suppose now all our followers are wondering, is it Mackey, is it Sigerson, who is the player of the match?
I think we're going to go with Chloe Sigerson. She just plays with such ease. She's been such a leader here today, and I think she's well deserving of it.
Chloe Sigerson, a great performance from her, getting scores, setting up scores as well, and deserving player of the match. She wears number 10 for Cork. The number 10 for Dublin is Aisling Maher, sending the ball down to Amy Lee. Amy Lee hasn't made many mistakes in this match. She'll be disappointed with that one, giving away the 45 and a chance for Dublin to build up a score as well. And just while Aisling Maher is getting ready to take the 45, like we've been talking plenty about Dublin over the game, what they need out of this match as well, but now this game is parked. It's going to be a Cork victory. I'll get your thoughts just after Aisling Maher takes the 45. But what will Dublin need to work on in particular ahead of their next outing as well? Because quite simply now, today was the day to test themselves against one of the elite. They need a result next week. The 45 for Aisling Maher. The ball goes over the bar. It's 11 points to 2-18. And now 18, back to that question about Dublin.
I think today was always going to be a really tough task for Dublin, travelling down in this heat against Cork, such a strong side. They're still, as I said before, they're still figuring everything out, and going forward I think the more they play together, the more they'll get used to each other, and the more they'll gel with each other and with management, and they'll just build on understanding. It's all experience, and it's all going to stand to them in the long run. I think going forward, small thing, decision making, they've dropped a lot of ball short as well throughout the game. It's dropped into the goalkeeper's hands, or else just dropped short in general. So a few things to go forward with.
One thing they'll take a bit of confidence from Niamh Gannon there, who's just put the ball over the bar for Dublin to get another score a minute into injury time, and Niamh Gannon makes it now 12 points to Dublin, 2-18 to Cork. I'll ask you a similar question, Aideen, in a moment in regards what Cork will be focusing on for their two upcoming games against Waterford and the All-Ireland Intermediate Champions Down. Amy Lee takes the puck out for Cork, 2-18 to 12 points. It is double scores in Páirc Uí Rinn, but Cork are on their way to 3 points as they send it in towards the attack. They might look for more from that before they finish. Katrina Mackey out in the direction of Isabel Sheehan. Isabel Sheehan trying to get an opportunity as it comes inside, but it's going to be won by Deirdre Johnston, and Deirdre Johnston hand passes it back to the goalkeeper. It's now Faye McCarthy, and Faye McCarthy will send it out towards the left and out towards the 65-metre line. And this occasion it's Saoirse McCarthy. Saoirse McCarthy, whereas number 21 tried to send it across to the player of the match, Chloe Sigerson. She leaves it for Orla Cronin. Orla Cronin gets inside the 65-metre line. The challenge comes in from Emma Flanagan. The referee says it's a free in for Cork, and while they're getting ready to take that 18, same question regards Cork. What will Paddy Murray be putting into his players this week? They have the result, but obviously he wants more of a performance.
I think the main thing here today is accuracy. We're looking at their wides. They have, is it 11 wides so far? They won't be happy with that. They will not be happy with 11 wides, double figures in wides. They could be ahead by a lot more here today. So I think that's definitely one of the main things that they're going to have to look at going forward.
Cork will definitely be looking for more clinical effort in the later games, but they're going to start off with a victory, 2-18 to 12 points. Chloe Sigerson takes the free for Cork. Does it look good? It goes over the bar. An excellent score for Cork, 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the second half, and it's 2-19 to 12 points, and it's all over here. Cork have got the victory. Never a doubt on the scoreboard. Dublin asked questions, especially during the early stages after a poor start, but once Cork got the second goal from Amy O'Connor, there was no doubt about the result. Aideen Dunn, your overall thoughts on the game?
My overall thought, look, it was a good game. It was a brilliant test for Dublin to try figure out what they need to do going forward. As I said, League and Championship are two completely different ball games, so they were coming out here today. They had a lot to prove for themselves. They'll learn a lot about themselves today, I'm sure. And as for Cork, I think they'll do the exact same. They'll go forward. They came out here. They had a point to prove. They wanted to, as I said, they didn't want to come out here and just win by a couple of points. They wanted to put the nail in the coffin here. So in true Cork form, because they have high expectations of themselves every single game. So I think, look, it was a good contest. Cork were a lot more comfortable throughout. They were just more comfortable throughout, and they were just from the get-go. The first 5-10 minutes really killed Dublin because they dropped their heads a little bit after that. But there was a lot of good attacks. There was a lot of good play from Dublin at the same time. So they'll go forward with plenty of positives to focus on and some things to work on as well.
Of course, there's 2 more games for each team in the group, as well as the battle for quarter-final and semi-final places continues. That was the voice of Aideen Dunn, our match analyst in today's live streaming, brought to you in association with Entry and the Camogie Association's YouTube channel. It's Cork the victors. They have begun the 2021 championship with a win, 2-19 to 12 points, and Paddy Murray's charges will continue to march on, while Adrian O'Sullivan will look at the books this week ahead of the 2 games that no doubt they would have targeted. I'd like to thank Owen in production and Shane on the camera today, and of course again to Aideen, who joined me here in the commentary box. I'm Darren Kelly. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. We'll be back again with 2 live games in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship next week, but don't forget to join us at 4:30. Whether you want to watch Cork against Kilkenny in the Under-16A Camogie Final or Meath against Offaly in the Under-16B Camogie Final, we have both of them on the Camogie Association YouTube channel. But that's it here in Páirc Uí Rinn. Cork the victors on a final scoreline of Cork 2-19, Dublin 12 points.